So here's Polly, our Class C Sunseeker. For a while we thought that this would just kind of be a starter RV for us and we'd upgrade to a Class A, which one day we might do, but we've decided instead to give a little bit of a makeover to our Class C Polly. And this dinette is going to be on its way out. So we're going to be taking this out and putting in a little countertop and call it a bar area, so to speak. That's phase one of Polly's renovation. And then phase two will be to get rid of these bunks going back toward our bedroom. So they will be coming out and being replaced with a little storage area back here and a little bench seat there with storage below as well. So my nephew Donnie is coming over tomorrow and we're going to start phase one. I'm going to try to get the table out and a couple other things ahead of time, and then we'll have at it. So more to come. All right, so this is day two of Polly's renovation. This is what I could get out myself yesterday, and where the seat bolts are attached here, that's where I didn't have the tools to complete the job. So my nephew here, there's my nephew,
hello,
Donnie.
hello.
He's really going to be the brunt behind this project, so he's got all the tools we need to get the second piece of this out and get the little bar top installed. So more to come. All right, so we got the second dinette bench out. We're now measuring as to where our bar top's going to go. Nephew Donnie is working diligently here. We're going to put a little box there to cover up the outlet where it comes in the RV. And there we go, making progress. So we got everything apart. We got our chalk line. That'll be the top of our countertop. And there's our blueprint of how it's going to look when we're done. Now we're getting ready to cut some butcher block. Alright, so here's the old dinette. And then this butcher block is what's going in. And we'll show you how that comes together here shortly. So we're currently measuring our butcher block, and when I say we, I mean my nephew. It's really how this project is going to go for the most part. I did do a little bit though. So this is our very crucial rip that we're about to make. So we're setting up
our high-tech fence technology.
Setting up a fence to.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that.
Donnie says he's not sure if he likes it, so we'll see what happens. Alright, so 1.5 days down, so to speak. We got the new counter area not completely together. The top is not on, it's just sitting here right now. So that'll get stained this week. It's met Youk's approval so far. He likes the new look of our house on wheels. So not bad for worked from about 7:30 to about 3 today. Had about an hour and a half that we went to Home Depot to get brackets and supplies and stuff like that. So pretty good day's work for sure. So this week we'll get it stained. I'll finish putting it together until my nephew comes down and we start this this project back here at the bunk later next week. All right, prepping for staining. Got it apart again. Getting all the loose sawdust off, and then we'll start staining.
I should get a bucket of water.
Hi, honey.
Hi. Looks good.
Looks great.
Now where? The back side here.
All right, so we've got the second coat of stain applied everywhere except for the actual very top of the countertop. So that's just one coat there. Everything else has 2 coats on it so far. So let that dry, put the second coat on, and then poly.
Table. The tabletop, basically. We're going to stain it 1 coat yet, and then we'll leave it sit for 24 hours, and then we do the clear bar ceiling, right?
Yep. Poly goes on tomorrow.
Poly goes on it, yes.
This is day 4 of the project. Day 2 of staining. And the toughest part about staining is just the waiting in between. Have to wait a couple hours between coats, and then once we get this final coat of stain on, we got to wait 24 hours before we can apply the poly. And obviously, Eucalyptus, he's
Watching a rabbit. He
sees a rabbit and is throwing his 2 cents in there. Move the top actually inside to finish polying to make it easier to work with. Okay, so we got the rear bunk loosened, unattached, and ready to be pulled out. Couldn't really film taking the bolts out of it because there's only 2 of us and it was a 2-person job that somebody had to hold it up. So Sandy held it up so that I could get to the bolts to loosen them up. Probably won't be able to see it getting filmed coming out of the RV because it'll just be me and Sandy taking it out, and we won't be able to film that. So hopefully, wish us luck. Hopefully the next thing you see is this thing outside the RV. All right, so couch has been removed. Went much easier than I anticipated. Just need to take the seat belts out. That's not going to be that difficult. And we're ready to rock and roll and start putting our little shelf partition and new little bench stool in there. So it's awesome that Home Depot will pre-cut stuff for you. So I was able to go up and get all the 2x3s cut for the bench that we're putting in the area where the bunk was, and I'll be able to start putting that together before my nephew gets back down here and have that all assembled for it to go in. All right, so we got our first little wall built. Pretty sweet. All right, so I got 3 of my little walls done and ran out of screws. So waiting on my wife to get back from Home Depot with more screws, and I'll get this finished up and put together today. Yep. All right, so our storage bench box rough framing is complete. It's actually square, which I'm quite amazed by myself. See how I did it myself. And there she is, ready to go in soon. So we're now staining, getting final touches on ready to be installed tomorrow. Just about there. Alright, countertop is installed. Still some odds and ends to do to finish this up completely. Build a box for that outlet. Caulk some stuff, some holes in the floor from the old dinette, some stuff like that. But again, we are on the home stretch. Alright, so we got the storage bench in. Getting ready to put the lid on now. So our little storage box slash seat is in. Lift up, and room for storage. Alright, there we are. Unfortunately, it was 99 degrees today, so we didn't get a chance to document a whole lot of the process, but this is the finished product in the back. Nice, there'll be a cushion on top of here. We're recycling the one cushion, and then this opens up for storage. Be able to store stuff in there, and then we'll also have some storage area over here. So sorry that we couldn't get it documented. It was just too hot. We wanted to get stuff done and couldn't really take time to film while we were doing stuff. That's it. That's how we converted it. Bunks out, more storage, ton more space up here. We still got to finish, got to put the box on there. So we're like 99.75% done. All right, we've now got our little electrical box installed for our outlet. It'll plug our laptops and all that stuff in there. Trim is installed. Got our holes caulked in the floor, although we will put some carpet down there. And just super, super happy with how this came together. You can we're still doing some cleanup. Got the shop vac in here, but man, look at how much space we have. How much living space that added to our house. And this too, again, we're just incredibly happy with the way it turned out. Waiting on the upholsterer to get the cushion back. That should be here in less than a week. Shelving area, just starting to put some stuff in there. We'll put one more shelf in here to give us some more space. Again, super happy with how much space we gained by this little renovation. So definitely no need for a Class A anytime soon. Absolutely love the way this turned out. So now putting the little bit of carpet we're going to put there just so we have something for the chairs and something to cover the holes that we caulked using this stuff here. Self-stick carpet tiles, pretty easy installation so far. Pretty happy with it. We'll show it to you when it's done. Alright, so we got our little section of carpet down. Now we're just waiting for our chairs to arrive, and we're getting closer and closer. Alright, so here is the finished renovation. So here's the storage area. Cushion is on. Poly is in the corner. This area lifts up for storage. Plenty of storage in there. Some shelves there for more storage space. Shoe containers down there. Everything nice and organized. My backpacks and jackets, some other stuff. Youk's hiking water bowl. And then down here, Youk absolutely loves the new space. Don't you, buddy? I sure do, Daddy. All right. So there's the finished countertop with our chairs in it. This bungee cord will be what keeps the chairs from going all over the place when we're traveling. And we're really happy with it, and just a ton of space. Look at how much more space we have from what we did with the dinette, and actually gained storage. So one thing that's cool about these chairs as well is that they actually lift up. The seat lifts up, and there's some storage space there, which is pretty cool. These are made by a place called RV Furniture in Kansas, and small business, family-owned business, and they did a great job. We're super happy with what we got out of them. So again, couldn't be happier with the way the renovation turned out. And all in all, with the money we got from selling the dinette and the couch, the whole thing really only cost us about $500 and some of our time. So we love it. I do want to point one thing out though here and give a little explanation. I introduced her earlier. This is Polly, and what's significant about this little teddy bear is the material that she's made out of is made from the exact same dress that my mom wore at Sandy and I's wedding. After she passed away, my aunt had that made for us, and it was something that during the downsizing process we definitely were not going to give up. So Polly travels with us in Big Polly, and continues to bring my mom's spirit with us.